the first Epic Award, Seth and Stephanie Eisenberg. Seth and Stephanie have both touched the lives of literally thousands of our most vulnerable community members who face homelessness and mental health challenges by providing affordable, integrated housing. Stephanie and Seth envision Operation Sacred Trust as a community collaboration to end veterans' homelessness and prevent suicide. They have brought tens of millions of federal dollars to the community with incredible results. Stephanie is the CEO of Carrfour Supported Housing and expanded into Broward with the development of Residents of Equality Park in Wilton Manors that provides LGBTQ seniors living with disabilities. It's been wildly successful in providing quality care and support to its residents. Carrfour recently won the bid to build a community on the grounds of the Howard Foreman campus in Pembroke Pines. That housing will be set up to deliver affordable, supportive housing to those with mental health challenges. Seth is the CEO of Purpose Built Families Foundation, which focuses on engaging veterans and staffed primarily by veterans to deliver case management, benefits and legal assistance, healthcare navigation support, and help in finding sustainable supported housing. The foundation also includes skills training to prevent homelessness and suicide for active duty, military, and veterans. Seth and Stephanie are great travelers. They've traveled the world over. Seth's mom used to host Virginia Satir at their house when he was a child. For those of you who don't know, she was a world-renowned family therapist and very influential in looking at families with from a assistance standpoint. I'm very impressed with that because I once met Virginia Satir years ago when I was in grad school, and that's pretty cool to me. Seth and Stephanie are truly world changers, and we are honored to recognize them both as exceptional people impacting the community. Seth and Stephanie, come on up.
Good morning. So I know Seth is going to go over his time, so to be respectful of the rules, I will be quick and give him the time that he needs. Thank you so much, Paul. This is such a great honor. It's even more special to be honored together with Seth, which has never happened before, so that's really exciting. I was going to talk a little bit about our two new communities in Broward County, since we are new to developing supportive housing in this community. But Paul did such a great job that then I'm going to do something else, which is to thank some folks in this room that made Southwest Hammocks and Residents at Equality Park possible. Steve Danner, our board chair, that's sitting at our table there. It was his vision during Carrefour's first 25 years to build outside of Miami-Dade County, and he really was, there was probably no conversation or board conversation that happened without Steve asking, when are we going to build outside of Miami? So that was really what started the ball rolling with us envisioning building communities outside of Miami, and Broward was our first stop. And I also want to thank William King from BBHC and Gail Geezy from NAMI. I think Celine and William should be the next couple that are honored together. The two of you, very quietly but so effectively, were really the power behind Southwest Hammocks together with Senator Rich, and we're so grateful for your support. Building in a new community is very challenging, but having the champions like you two behind us to keep us going and get stuff unstuck when it gets stuck is really what made both developments possible. So thank you all very much. And Seth is going to talk a little bit about the other work that we do in Broward with our Operation Sacred Trust.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, and thank you to all of you who are here today. It's really amazing to be together with so many people who wake up each day dedicated to community, to service, to leaving the world a better place. We're grateful to you, Paul, and to Mental Health America, and we're grateful to each of the other honorees that we got to meet earlier to hear about your passions, your lives, the struggles that we all go through. You know, it's been quite a journey to bring Stephanie and I here. I know that for each of you, you also are on a journey, and I have no doubt that if any of us knew the stories of each of your journeys, we would realize how remarkable they are. So for us, the journey started about 15 years ago in Augusta, Georgia. We had been invited to work with combat veterans, a group of about 30, who had been deeply impacted by their experiences in Iraq and Afghanistan. And the VA in Augusta asked us to come up and donate a weekend to try to help them. And I remember when Stephanie and I walked in there, you know, blank expressions, distance, you know, it was if maybe the lights were on, but nobody was home if the lights were even on. It was heartbreaking to see the price that so many extraordinary people had paid to serve our country and to protect our nation. So by Sunday, they were like newlyweds. By Sunday, they were laughing and giggling, and they couldn't wait to get home together. They were so grateful. And what we did wasn't complicated, not even a little bit. And so many of them shared with us that they had been contemplating suicide. And the idea for us that something that's so easy and so accessible isn't given to people didn't make sense. So we made a commitment. And that commitment ultimately took on a name, and that name is Operation Sacred Trust. And the people at this table and that table, they bring it to life every day, serving hundreds of veterans. On any typical day, they're serving 300 to 350 veterans, making sure that those people in our community who serve this nation in uniform have a roof over their head, have a safe place to call home, and can have hope for the future. So we've developed a model that unfortunately is unique. I wish it wasn't. And I'm sure that there are similarities in much of what many of you do. But it's based on compassion, on trauma-informed care, on being laser focused on client service, on making sure that when a veteran walks into our office, they suddenly know that they have 40, 50 people who all work for you. That's what they do, and that's what we do. So I invite any of you to come visit us. We would love to share. We have a Veteran Service Center in downtown Fort Lauderdale, another one in Miami, and thank you all very, very much. We're very grateful.